Hey, so if you've received a letter that looks like this, I made a video for you. Some of the videos I talked about a guaranteed issue life insurance coverage option that you can offer in your business to your employees. And this video is just talking a little bit about that type of coverage and what it entails and how it works. So I'm going to minimize my screen here so you can see the brochure. So this is a general brochure. I don't believe that this product from Aflac is state specific because it didn't ask me for a particular state. But with this one is the Aflac whole life insurance, and a lot of people are thinking about life coverage, but sometimes they just don't have or they don't have the person to talk to, so they look on YouTube, right? Or they count on their employers providing them with just any option for life insurance, and if it's life insurance and if it's affordable, then they'll end up getting it, right? So on this one, it is let me scroll down a little bit to the guaranteed issue part. So the guaranteed issue part, there has to be a number of certain applications to be able to meet the guaranteed issue. So like let's take this first option. If you have 9 benefit eligible employees. So you could have, like, say you had 12, but maybe 3 of them are part-time and you're only making it available to the full-time. Well, then you would fall into the first category of benefit eligible employees of 9. You wouldn't have to go into the next one just because you have those extra 3 part-timers. So you would fall into the 9, and only 5 applications need to be submitted for it to be for everybody to be approved. And then the maximum guaranteed issue amount for that level is 25,000. So, and then the next level goes from 10 to 49. The same thing, it's only benefit eligible employees. There's only 8 applications that are needed for that one. Okay. So the difference between a group insurance and all the other Aflac that I typically offer is the group insurance. You as the business owner, you're the owner of this policy. You own the policy, and everybody that gets one of the policies has a certificate. So they have a certificate that has their name and the agreement with Aflac under your policy. Everything else that's offered through Aflac, typically on employees under, I mean, businesses under 50 employees, is each individual person owns their policy, like they own their Aflac accident policy, or they own their short-term disability policy, and it has their name on it, and and they're the owner of it. So that's the difference between the group and the individual. So this part right here tells you what you can do to design your life insurance policy. This one, two, three, four, these first 4 sections are already part of the life insurance policy. The stuff on the right side, these benefit riders, like the waiver of premium or the restoration of payment, you can choose to add these to your policy. And if you choose, say you choose the waiver of premium benefit rider to be part of your policy for your business, everybody's gonna have that rider. It's not gonna be an option if they can take it off or not. It's just gonna be part of your policy. They can these optional 10-year term or optional child term, each individual person can choose that. If they have a spouse, they can add it. They can have the option to do that. But those are the only optional ones. These over here on the right side, you just choose it and it's part of the policy already. They cannot opt out of it. So the ones that I typically add on there are the accelerated death payment for a chronic condition rider. So if anybody were to get diagnosed with a chronic condition, they can either get a lump sum or they can divide it into 8 payments, I believe. And then the restoration of payment of death proceedings rider, this is a good one too, because say for instance, if somebody did get diagnosed with a chronic condition and then they started to receive those payments, if you have the restoration, let's fast forward maybe 6 or 8 months, and if they were to pass away, they still get the full death benefit that they originally signed up for because you have that restoration rider on it. Alternatively, if you didn't have the restoration, then Aflac would subtract those payments that they already sent out. Okay, and then this second section just gives you a little bit more details when it comes to the different riders that are optional on there, and then also it gives you a definition of like what the advance claim payment means is 5,000 in advance for full death benefit to help the beneficiary with immediate needs, accelerated death payment for terminal illness that pays up to 50% of the face amount shown on their certificate. The accidental death benefit rider pays beneficiary an amount equal to the face amount if their certificate holder's death is due to an accident or injury. A seatbelt benefit pays an additional 25% of the face amount. Accelerated death payment, this is the one that I was talking about earlier, if accelerates the death payment due to a chronic condition. So if activated prior to the certificate holder's death, the face amount will be reduced, right? So if you just do that one, then they reduce the amount that they received. And then this one, restoration of payment, restores the benefit as a result of payments made under the accelerated death payment for a chronic condition rider. The extension of chronic condition periodic payments, this one extends the those additional payments. So like if a person was diagnosed with a chronic condition, they receive 8 payments. You add this one, they'll continue to receive an additional 8 payments, but you cannot mix this one and the accelerated death payment for chronic conditions. So you can either do one or the other. You can do this one or you can do that one. And the line of duty benefit rider, this one's only for first responders. And then this just shows you what the riders are. The 10-year term life spouse rider is 50% of their certificate's face value. And then the child life rider is $15,000 for each insured child. Each child is covered up to the age of 25. All right, so that's the guaranteed issue life coverage. And when it comes down to the participation amounts, what's key in being able to reach that number is just making sure that we have good communication with the employees. You know, are they having the opportunity to learn about it a couple of weeks before we do open enrollment? Like, are they getting email communications? Are they getting text communications? Do we have an employee meeting where I can go and talk to them? You know, maybe like in a lunch meeting and answer questions about the plan and explain the plan. The more that people understand and are allowed to ask questions, the higher the participation will be. The other way to make sure that the participation is met is if you as a business owner, if you just want to cover the cost for the guaranteed issue amount, you can do that as well. That means that everybody's going to be able to get it because you're paying for the cost of it. And you can break that down. If you want to get into that conversation, you can break that down by tenure. You know, somebody's been in the company more than a year, you know, they get X amount of dollars towards their life policy. If they've been at your company for 2 years, they get the X amount plus $20. You know, the longer that somebody is with you, the more money they get towards their life insurance policy or just towards Aflac in general. So if you'd like to talk some more about this, please reach out to me and let's talk. I am licensed in North Carolina, Idaho, Texas, Oregon, and Utah at the moment. And appreciate you taking some time to listen. Hope you have a beautiful day. Take care.